Today I'm going through some movement and stretches for tight glutes and lower back. So if this is somewhere you experience tightness, you might want to check it out. Okay, to start, I'm going to just be seated on my mat. Now I'm taking some of my body weight into my hands. I'm bending my knees, feet flat on the floor, and I'm just going to get some gentle movement, knees side to side. And I'm actually starting to massage into my glutes. Now, if you experience tightness after a particularly hard leg day, this is going to feel really good. Okay, so we're just kind of encouraging some blood in there. With everything I'm doing today, I'm going to kind of sort of race through it because I'm doing this for a video. Absolutely do any of these movements or any of these stretches for as long as you feel you need to. Okay, when I'm satisfied that I've massaged my booty enough, I'm going to take it down to the floor, scoot down my mat. And now I'm going to do the same thing with my lower back. Okay, so I'm going to position myself so I can feel my pelvis is onto the floor. I'm just going to lift my knees. I'm going to gently take my knees in my hand and I'm going to start creating some gentle movement. And that's effectively giving me a little massage through the pelvis. Okay, so just feel it out. When you're ever doing anything with the spine, be really, really gentle, okay? You know, never work. If something's straight away, ow, get off me, you back away straight away. Now, if you're just feeling tightness, little movements like this should feel really, really good. So you can start taking that in small circles, just for as long as you feel you need to, all the way around the back of the pelvis. That should feel really, 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 really good. Okay, and when I'm satisfied I've done enough of that, you can actually to get some movement through the hips and start moving these in opposite directions as well. So you're getting some movement and some warming up through the hips. If you do suffer with tight hips, especially in the morning, again, give this a shot. Never underestimate the power of rolling around the floor if you have any issues in your lower body, specifically your back or your hips. Rolling around the floor is definitely going to be your friend. Okay, again, when I'm satisfied I've done enough there, I'm just going to pop my feet down, again onto the mat, shoulders flat to the floor, and I'm going to really, really gently, like I said, when you're working through the spine, gentle as possible, just bring my knees down to one side. Okay, and when you feel happy there, feel that stretch. I often get a click when I do that. So you want to be gazing over the opposite shoulder, so you're really giving yourself a stretch, and I'm actively reaching away, keeping my shoulders into the floor, but reaching away with my hands. So I'm getting that lovely twist across my body. And then if this is feeling a comfortable position, to deepen that a little bit, I'm actually going to straighten that front leg. And again, just let that fall towards the floor. Big deep breaths, encouraging and signaling the body to relax. Okay, when I'm happy there, bend the knee, really, really gently, bring that back into center. Hug your knees in, just kind of reset after stretching quite severely to one side. So now I'm going to go over to the other side. So again, shoulders flat into the floor, hands reaching away. I'm going to let those knees drop down to the other side, actively pushing away with my hands. And when I feel I've had enough of a stretch and I can take that a little bit further, I'm just going to straighten that top leg, and that's going to bring that right into this area. So if this is somewhere where you're tight, this is definitely for you. Remember, shoulders flat to the floor, actively reaching, gazing away over the opposite arm. Okay, now when I'm happy there, I'm going to bring it back to center. Again, I'm going to repeat that rocking motion, just checking in with the back of the pelvis. And now from there, I'm going to plant my feet on the floor again. Now I'm going to take just above the ankle to just above the knee, and I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure to that knee, keeping my pelvis into the floor, and we're going to start stretching into this hip and into the glute. Okay, if that's enough of a stretch for you, fine. If you can take it a bit further, you're going to take your hand, take hold of the other thigh, just around the back, and you're going to ease that in towards your chest. Now you should really feel an opening up all the way through your glutes and through here. So again, just hold it for as long as you need to. Always big, deep breaths. Try and relax as much as you can. Okay, when I'm happy there, I'm going to extend the leg I've just stretched the glute of into my hamstrings. I think most of us could always do with a little bit of an extra stretch with the hamstring. And I'm just going to repeat this the other side, so opposite, just above the ankle. You don't want to be laying joints directly on top of each other, especially not when you're applying any pressure. So a little bit of pressure, opening out that knee on the other side. And then if you need to go a little bit deeper, just take hold of the back of that thigh, pull that in. Now, it's very common to have one side tighter than the other, so this is my tighter side. So I tend then to use my elbow of the other hand just to open that knee out to the side, so I'm pressing gently across the thigh just above that knee, just adding a little bit of pressure, but also signaling the body to relax. And release. Okay, from there, just a little bit more into hamstring. If you want to progress that a bit, you can stretch more into the front of the hip as well by extending that bottom leg. Again, just always, as always, work with how you're feeling. Don't ever force anything in stretches. And release. Okay, from there, knees together. Just going to swing myself around. Do this really gently, especially if you've been experiencing lower back pain. From here, I'm just going to take a seat in the middle of my mat. Now I'm going to take the soles of my feet together, but I'm going to push them away from me as far as I can. So I've got like a diamond shape in front. Show you from the side. And I'm going to lift up and actively press my chest forward and reach away with my hands. So I don't want to collapse through the back. You want to be actively pushing forward. You can use your hands to help. And this is going to stretch you right across here. Okay, you may find this is your sweet spot. So again, relax into these positions and just take as long as you need to. Now, if you feel a little bit of discomfort with your knees dropping to the floor, just pop pillows underneath. It's absolutely fine to use bits, rolled up towels, whatever you have to hand. And release. Okay, just to finish off, lat stretch. Big stretch up. I'm going to lift up out of the ribs. And I'm going to reach across. So I'm actively pressing this shoulder up and away. So it's not so much about collapsing down, it's about reaching up and across. And you should feel a lovely stretch through the back of your shoulder and into your lats. And other side. And release. If you have been suffering with any lower back pain, I hope you find this useful. And thanks for watching.